Still fearfully depressed, still in the grip of my awful dilemma. How was I to achieve a belief in God were that required to stop my drinking? I became more and more morose. I just couldn't see how this corner could be got around. At about 11 o'clock in the morning of the third day, my friend Ebby stood in the door. As before, bright and cheerful. I remember being a little suspicious of him. I thought perhaps this time he'd turn on the evangelical heat. But no, he was a prudent man. We chatted about everything excepting drinking. And it finally put me in the position of having to ask him again about those simple principles for recovery. This admitting you were hopeless, well, that wasn't too hard. This getting honest with yourself and another person, well, one could do that. This making restitution for harms done other people. A tough job, but certainly one would try that. Working with others without any demand for money or acclaim. Well, that would be just wonderful. But when he came to the God part, again, I remember a terrible balking and rebellion. He also told me a little bit about his own recovery and what had preceded it. A friend of his, a prominent American businessman, having exhausted all of the cures of note in the United States, had 2 or 3 years earlier taken himself to Europe, where he was put under the care of Dr. Carl Jung. Dr. Jung was one who thought that man was more than $2 worth of chemicals, a bundle of instincts, and a certain amount of intelligence. He thought that man had a soul. Nevertheless, after a whole year's treatment, Hazard again relapsed on leaving the doctor. Returning, he had asked if there was any further hope. He had thought the doctor to be his court of last resort. And Dr. Jung, a great and humble man, said, "Roland, my